Freddie, your first goal of the season, how does it feel to be off the mark?
Yeah, it feels good. To score goal means like everything to me. Being a striker as well, so it's always good to get off the mark, especially being a bit of a tough start of the season for me. So it's been good to get out there, get some minutes, and get my first goal.
I mean, we saw the release in your celebration. You went all over the pitch. I don't think you really knew where you were going to celebrate the goal, but clearly it meant a lot.
Yeah, it does. I think, like, for me, a lot of emotion comes into it when I score a goal. I think that takes over a lot. Like last year, especially with some of those celebrations as well, you see that. It means a lot for me to score a goal, and hopefully many more.
I mean, they always say be ready as a substitute. You're on whenever. I don't think you'd have expected to come on. Was it 6 minutes?
I know. To be fair, I wasn't, but to be fair, I think that kind of helped going on, just getting on and just know you've got to do a job and do what I can do and just show the fans what I can do, really. So it worked out well for me, really, to not really overthink anything and just go on and play my stuff.
Looking back then at the last 4 years or so, that's how long you've been at the club. Just tell us a bit how you think you've changed, not just as a footballer, but as a person. You know, it's a club that you've grown up with, Lincoln, now.
Yeah. It's been, to be fair, it's been a long time. I remember coming here as a scholar and near lockdown. So it's been. I think I've changed massively. I think because obviously going on loan and doing all that stuff, like maturing, is one of the biggest things, and coming on facing adversity and stuff like that, just like different challenges, different things that are going to happen to me. So I think it's geared me up for the challenge here anyway, and just it's a higher level, and it's just getting used to that as well. And I know what I can do, and it's just making sure I show that to the fans, to myself, to my teammates, and hopefully I can do that on a consistent basis.
I mean, I imagine when you joined the club, the aim would have been to break into the first team. Did you really understand how tough of a process and how long that process would really be to get to this stage you're at now?
Yeah, I think so. It was one of them where it's always going to be a challenge to break in, but I saw there was always that opportunity to train with the first team, and I always back myself. I know when I'm flying, I know I can get in most teams, I feel like, anyway, when I'm playing my best stuff. So it was one of them, and then obviously going on loan, just going and prove myself, and now back here, I need to prove myself on a consistent basis, and hopefully I can do that this year.
I was talking to Michael Scabala just about different strike partners and how you kind of have to have the two that complement each other, especially in this system. How does that work for you? Do you know which strikers, you don't have to name names I suppose, but which ones you work best with, not necessarily as friends, but just as players, as professionals, who you complement well up front?
Yeah, I find myself complimenting most strikers, to be fair, because I find I'm different to most strikers anyway nowadays and stuff like that. So I feel like the strikers we have here, I compliment most of them, so probably all of them actually. So obviously there's different ones, like with Jove, I've been here with him for, as I said, 4-5 years. Even when I was at Derby, I was with him. So that's a little bit different because we're probably more used to each other. But again, like I played with all these strikers now, like since the start of the season. So I know what they like and they don't like, their best attributes. So it's just trying to play for them and know what they can do and what I can do to complement them.
And how different is it with the two up front? You played with one a lot. You played with one as a lot growing up, I imagine. That tended to be the system. But we're seeing this switch back to two in all of football at the moment. How different is it?
To be fair, I think that's what I first struggled with maybe when coming back, because I was used to the one up top. Now, I think it'd be a bit weird going back to the one. But I'm used to the two now. It's always... I think the two is a bit more difficult because you've got to think about the other striker as well, what runs they're doing and not like doing the same stuff. But I think when you get used to it, it's one of them where you can just bully defenders, you can be a carnage, and it benefits both of you and it benefits the team, and it's just like you have that support with a one where sometimes you might be isolated. You've always got that other striker now with the two, so it works well.
And tomorrow Blackpool, we know now defensively they're quite solid. They were quite leaky before. I bet you were watering at that. Your mouth was watering at the chance to get at that defence. But now back-to-back clean sheets, it's going to be tough to break down that. Yeah,
it will be. They're a good team. They've always been a good team. They've got some good players, but so are we. So it'll be a good challenge. We know on our day we can beat anyone. So we just got to make sure we prepare well and go into that game with a lot of belief, and we know what we can do. So yeah, hopefully get the 3 points.
And not the trip to the sunny seaside that I suppose you'd have imagined.
Nah, especially not in this weather. But now we're going there for the 3 points.